Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press evening podcast for February 26, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. Firstly, tensions between the U.S. and Iran remain high, with indirect talks set to resume in Geneva on Thursday. The Iranian government maintains that its nuclear program is peaceful, but the U.S. and others suspect that Tehran intends to eventually develop weapons. We urge all parties involved to exercise restraint and pursue a diplomatic solution to this crisis. In other news, Denmark has announced that it will hold a parliamentary election on March 24, several months ahead of schedule. The decision comes as the country navigates a complex relationship with the U.S. over President Donald Trump's designs on Greenland. The election is expected to focus on key issues such as climate change, economic policy, and the country's relationship with the U.S. And finally, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban has stepped up his accusations against Ukraine, claiming that Kiev is deliberately disrupting energy supplies to Hungary by delaying the reopening of the Druzhba pipeline. The European Commission has stated that there is no risk of shortages and alternative sources are available for both Hungary and Slovakia. However, the situation remains tense, with Orban's critics arguing that he is using the energy crisis to sway public opinion ahead of upcoming elections. And remember, we'll continue to bring you updates and analysis on these developing stories as they unfold. Good night. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and then shall know what's right now. Firstly, we looked at the developing situation in Minnesota, where the federal government has imposed sanctions on the state due to its handling of a recent crisis. The details are still emerging, but it's clear that this move has significant implications for the relationship between the federal government and the state of Minnesota. Secondly, we reported on a dramatic incident off the coast of Cuba, where a speedboat carrying weapons and 10 Cuban nationals who reside in the United States was intercepted by Cuban Border Patrol. The group allegedly planned to carry out a terrorist attack on the island, resulting in the deaths of 4 individuals and the wounding of 6 others. Tensions between the United States and Cuba have been escalating, and this incident is likely to further strain relations. Lastly, we focused on North Korea, where leader Kim Jong-un has reaffirmed his commitment to strengthening the country's nuclear arsenal and intercontinental ballistic missiles. Kim's statements come amid heightened tensions with the U.S. and its allies, particularly South Korea. We also explored the growing prominence of Kim's daughter, Kim Joo-ae, who has been making increasingly public appearances alongside her father, sparking speculation about her potential role in the country's leadership. These stories highlight the complex and often tense relationships between nations, and the need for careful diplomacy and nuanced understanding. We'll continue to bring you updates on these developments as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. We've got a lot to cover tonight, so let's dive right in. We've been following the developments in the tech industry, particularly with regards to artificial intelligence. NVIDIA has been making headlines with its advancements in AI technology, but the company is facing challenges in regaining sales in China due to U.S. export controls and rising competition from Chinese rivals. In fact, our recent articles have highlighted the growing presence of Chinese tech companies in the global AI industry. Companies like Minimax and MoreThreads are making progress and have the potential to disrupt the structure of the global AI industry over the long term. Meanwhile, other companies like Salesforce and CrowdStrike are also navigating the opportunities and challenges presented by emerging technologies like AI. Despite some concerns about the impact of AI on their businesses, these companies remain well-positioned for growth and innovation. As we've been saying, the key to success in this space is to focus on fundamentals and take a long-term perspective. While AI does pose risks, it also presents tremendous opportunities for growth and innovation. So, whether you're considering investing in NVIDIA, Salesforce, or CrowdStrike, it's essential to separate fact from fiction and stay informed about the latest developments. Thanks for tuning in to the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, we looked at the recent alignment of 6 planets in our solar system, which created a spectacular sight in the western sky. This rare celestial event reminded us of the awe-inspiring scale and complexity of our universe. Next, we delved into the pages of Ripples on the Cosmic Ocean, a compelling new book by Dagmar de Groot that explores the profound impact of our solar system on human history. From the scorching hellscape of Venus to the barren landscapes of Mars, each planet has left an indelible mark on our understanding of the cosmos and our responsibility to the Earth. Lastly, we touched on the importance of space exploration and scientific literacy, highlighting the need for a more equitable approach to space development that prioritizes the collective well-being of humanity and the planet. As we stand at the threshold of a new era in space exploration, it's clear that our future is inextricably linked to the choices we make about how to navigate the vast expanse of the cosmos. Now, for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. In our recent reports, we've covered a wide range of topics, from the intense competition in women's college basketball to the impressive performances of local athletes playing collegiately. We've seen teams rise and fall in the power rankings, with Tennessee struggling to find its footing and USC facing setbacks despite their promising start. Meanwhile, area talents have been making their mark on the national stage, with exceptional skills on display in swimming, basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, lacrosse, and indoor track and field. Athletes like Mara Bloss-Rubio, Hannah Brady, Lucas Lutheran, Cameron Schleicher, Wyatt Burchell, Dawson Thomas, Michaela Obenrader, Austin Parker, Joey King, Olivia Savage, Michaela Hall, and Marleya McCoy have been dominating their respective sports, inspiring us all with their dedication and perseverance. In my humble opinion, these stories highlight the ever-changing nature of sports, where only the strongest survive. As we approach the tournament season, teams must remain focused and adaptable to succeed. And for our local athletes, the future is bright, with countless opportunities to shine on the national stage. That's a wrap for tonight, folks. Tell it like it is. These young men and women are the future of athletics, and we can't wait to see what they achieve next. This is Howard Closewell speaking, signing off from the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Currell.
Thank you, Howard. First, we explored the fascinating world of the Old Irish goat, also known as the Old Irish breed, which has been a part of Ireland's rich cultural heritage for centuries. We delved into the history and significance of this unique breed and emphasized the importance of conservation efforts to protect it. Next, we covered a developing story about a lawsuit filed against the Trump administration over its recent overhaul of the childhood vaccine schedule. The lawsuit claims that the changes are not based on scientific evidence and could put millions of children's lives at risk. We spoke to experts in the field who emphasized the crucial role vaccines play in preventing the spread of infectious diseases. Finally, we discussed a disturbing incident in New York City where a professor at Hunter College was placed on leave after making abhorrent remarks about black students during a virtual meeting. The college and city officials have taken swift action, and we acknowledge the harm caused by these comments while recognizing the bravery of the black student who spoke out against the proposals. These stories highlight the importance of staying informed, promoting inclusivity and equity, and holding individuals accountable for their actions. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. I've got the scoop on the latest music news. Let's get started. First up, 21 Pilots are killing it with their new single, which just debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. I mean, who wouldn't love a catchy tune that blends rock and pop? Next, Taylor Swift is still slaying the game with her latest hit, Opalite. This girl is on fire, folks. With 14 #1 singles under her belt, she's tied with Rihanna for the third most leaders on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. And last but not least, the Rolling Stones are back in the charts, baby. Their mashup with Fatboy Slim, Satisfaction Skank, has debuted at #2 on the official vinyl singles chart in the UK. I mean, who wouldn't want to buy a vinyl copy of this genius collaboration? Stay fabulous. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more music news and updates. Your ears will thank you. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Atanacher.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we take a look at the intriguing discovery of how enzymes interact with their substrates. A recent study has developed a novel methodology called multi-substrate mutational scanning, which reveals the intricate relationships between enzymes and their substrates. This breakthrough has significant implications for biotechnology, medicine, and environmental science, and could lead to more efficient and sustainable biocatalytic processes. Next, we delve into the captivating world of artificial intelligence and its evolution from humble beginnings in cognitive science. We explore how mathematical logic, digital computers, and cognitive science have converged to create powerful neural networks that can learn complex relationships. However, despite rapid progress, there remains a significant gap between human intelligence and artificial intelligence, particularly in learning capabilities. Lastly, we touch on the remarkable story of how scientists are working to understand the human mind through mathematics, and how this quest has led to the development of artificial neural networks. We highlight the importance of interdisciplinary collaboration and the resurgence of ideas once considered unpopular, which have been instrumental in advancing our understanding of both human cognition and artificial intelligence. These stories not only showcase the incredible advancements being made in science and technology, but also underscore the complex relationships between human intelligence, artificial intelligence, and the natural world. Join us tomorrow for more in-depth analysis and exploration of these topics. Good night. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Atanacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.